Please know and apply your knowledge on Ohm's law when venturing into rebuilding or producing your own coils.
Dude, that's crazy. It has a little bar thing at the bottom that shows you how long the video has.
Yeah, I was paying attention to it for the timer itself. But welcome back to another episode of Codename Wire. I am one of your hosts, Duchess, joined with my fantastic two co-hosts. Well, one of them is at least fantastic. Klowne, a.k.a. Jay, from Mixing It Up, our resident mixologist and coil builder, along with this, for some reason, guy that we have here. His name
Just
is
say
Cloud
it.
Cartel.
Just turn
You-
up.
You may have
Just
heard
say
of
it's
him.
twat. We're not getting monetized.
Yeah, but yes, welcome back to another episode. We actually have a really good episode for you guys today, and I'm actually, for once, actually excited for something that Adam actually came up with, because most of the time it's...
He really was. Like, he's legit saying the truth here.
Like, I'm,
He said,
I'm serious.
He said, what's the
like,
topic for the next show? And then he just like went, holy shit, dude, you actually have good ideas.
Yeah, I was like highly surprised. I actually questioned it for a second, and I was like, wait, did your wife come up with this? Because I don't know if you're smart enough to do this, bro. And then he was like, no, I actually...
You caught me on a good day.
Yeah. It was just luck of the draw, I guess.
He had been meditating that day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He read his entire book of wisdom.
I'm thinking this is also the same guy that came up with 10 core aliens. So I don't know.
Yeah. Not doing them again.
I agree with you. That's what it is. T is his brain, bro. She comes up with everything.
Do you know what? I can't disagree, but I'm not going to agree.
This guy said, I plead the fifth.
Legit.
Anyway, so before we get into anything else, we're going to go ahead and go through our paper face. So, Adam, what are you thinking on, bud?
I'm currently on the Nightmare 25 on the Denali. And inside that, he's in chat, Mr. Vaping Jedi, some Anarchist pick, which is lovely. Very, very sweet, but very, very good. Also, courtesy of Josh, we have the White Exome with the OG Recall and the DHD tip from Tribal Buddha. And inside there's some new Exome coils.
Tribal Buddha made that?
Yeah, he made it. No, he gave it to me from DHD. And Homeboy's Strawberry Custard, which is really nice as well. And I thought I would treat myself tonight, so I might be a bit buzzy tonight. I got a can of Coke. So I got some sugar today.
And caffeine.
Yep, got everything. Oh, and I got water just in case.
That's the last thing you need.
He got a bottle of water.
Got fuck off bottle of water. Also, from the Vaping Jedi.
That Coke is the last thing that you need, bro.
I know, but hey, it's going to be a fun episode.
You're already spastic enough as it is.
It's his cheat day. Leave him alone.
It is a very, very cheap day. So, go on, Jake. What are you vaping on?
What am I vaping on? Let's go with we got the Halloween edition Hexome situation there. Got a Recall on top, DHD drip tip. That's the forest colorway. Then I got the mix from this past week. It was like a berry custard kind of situation. Then we're gonna go next with the RDA for vaping V1 with the Vert. Damn camera won't focus. And in that, I got some of the Pog mix that I make. If you guys want to check that out, it's on the site. And then lastly, we're going to go with the Drop, and I can't remember. It's from Infinity Mods. I just can't remember what that damn thing is called. The Hyperion. There you go. It's on the bottom. And in that, I got Custard to the Core. Again, check it out on the website. Cheap plugs. All right, Duchess.
I actually don't have the Squire on top of my scepter. I actually got a brand new Dang because my other one broke. So
Dang.
Can't hook it up, so I put the dang on top of my scepter, which has actually been really nice. On the inside, I have some Sifu's
Ooh.
Lemon's Hope, which is literally probably my favorite out of everything that he makes, besides Yig, of course. And then I've got the Valhalla 28 on top of the Death Wish, the Stromo box mod. Courtesy of Grim Green, because he said, if anyone is metal and deserves this, it's you. So I appreciate you, Nick. Thank you. And then the liquid on the inside is actually going to get me crucified because I know it's a bit taboo to be using anymore. But the liquid that I'm using is actually Suck It from Huggets Youngets. So that's me. Just those two.
I didn't get what liquid that was.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Suck It, bro, from Mitch.
Oh,
So it's a good liquid vapor. It doesn't matter.
you already paid for it, so who cares?
Oh.
I've never understood the thing of destroying shit after you already wasted your money on it. I don't get that concept. It seems stupid to me.
Oh, before we get going, I just want to say, Frank, we probably won't be seeing Chris Doyle in chat for a little while because he just got hold of Hogwarts Legacy today.
Nice.
And I think the boy is going to be taking the next 4 weeks off work, and I don't think he's going to leave his bedroom. So if you're watching this on the replay, Chris, hello, mate. Are you doing well?
Dude, if you're dual screening, one has the stream, the other has the game on.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, I don't know how you do that. I have to.
That's how I
That's
edit
why I
and
don't have
everything.
dual screens. I can only concentrate on one thing.
Really? I
Yeah.
have 3 monitors at work, bro.
I can do that. I am trying to learn now because now, as I'm building in the living room, I have to deal with Coco Melon, and my new rage is Miss Rachel. Have you had to listen to this woman?
No.
No, you're very, very lucky. That is rage inducing. So I now have to listen to that as I build, and it does get quite ragey. So I'm having to learn to multitask.
You just put one headset in and then one out, so you can still hear Cairo, but this way you can still listen to music while you build.
Yeah, because I've got to pay attention. Because mid build, my leg's going out sideways to keeping him out of the way. So he's sort of like, I've just kicked that over 1 minute.
This guy.
Already kicking the water can.
Yeah. So yeah, trying to learn to multitask. It's going a lot better than it was. But I'm getting there. Not quite TV. I have to face the other way.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. So, cool. Well, that's that done. So big shout out to everyone who actually decided to join us. Look, I understand that it's Super Bowl Sunday, but you guys still got a whole hour before that dumb shit starts, bro. You can,
Not
you
even
can
that, dude. It's the Chiefs and who else? Like in all reality.
The fucking Eagles.
Yeah, okay, fair enough, but still, it's the Chiefs. Nobody watches the Chiefs.
Yeah, it's fun. It's
yeah,
whatever.
on the TV here, they've started playing it here as well. So it's all
really?
over the news. So it's football, rugby, and now NFL.
See, I'd rather watch rugby.
Yeah, you get a lot of people getting their face smashed in rugby.
No, here's the thing. Rugby
Thanks.
has the endurance of what you call football.
Yeah.
And it has the brutality of what we call football. It's both.
Yeah.
It's both worlds in one fucking game.
Except for ours isn't really that brutal anymore. Not considering that they've implemented so many fucking safety rules, like helmet checking and upgrading the pads and everything else that we wear.
Yeah.
So I work with a rugby player. He would have gone professional, but ended up against it. And literally, he's been smashed in the head so many times. His ears are just covered in cauliflowers, and they're just sort of hanging. It's like, mate, just continuously being smashed in the head with no helmet. But hey, that's how you get your kicks. And all for it. Oh, we got the one and only face meeting. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah.
Labworks is saying get a 50-inch TV and use it as a monitor, split into 4 screens. I think I'll go bog-eyed by the end of the stream. Oh.
It's okay. One of my coworkers is like working on his new computer setup, and he just got in a 32-inch monitor, and on the side he's putting 27s. So he's doing 3 with like a big 32 in the middle.
That's dope.
It's too much screenage.
That's gonna be a cool ass setup.
He also does coding, so he needs one of them for like just to be sideways, just to run like code. And
I was
shit.
gonna ask
So,
if you turn one of them sideways.
yeah.
See, I struggle with this little screen that I use. I tried playing that. I've given up on that Dark Tide. That's the one and only game I've tried to play. There's only so much times you can run around with a sharpened spade.
You need to put your spectacles on. That's why you have the problem with that tiny ass little screen, bro.
Yeah, I do have to wear them. You caught me.
I think that's why he leans into the camera so much. You ever notice that? It's because he's trying to look at the screen.
I can't read the
Because if I put my glasses on, you get the light goes on them. So it annoys me. Okay, I'm gonna put it on so I can actually see properly.
Look.
There you go. See, that annoys me.
Really? It doesn't bother me.
Seems like you gotta turn your screen down a little.
It's probably it's why I can't see. If it's not bright, I definitely can't see it. Then you'd only be seeing my forehead if I turned it down, because I'd be like, yeah. So have you got anything new in this since the last show? Any new little devices, liquids?
No, but I need to fucking goddamn email suicide mods again, because my nightmare is now broken on me. There's a crack in my pin, so I need a whole new pin and fucking peak insulators, which sucks.
What are y'all doing here stuff?
The bolts on my fucking Suicide 21700 for the side fire itself, the screws, they snapped in half, like while I was trying to tighten them down. And I need new cable. I've come to the conclusion that I just need all new cables. I'm pretty sure there's a manufacturer's defect on my fucking stubby, because that's why it's not fucking working. So, we'll see. So everything for Suicide Bots is just breaking on me, which sucks dick. Outside of that, no. The only thing new that I got was Cat hooked me up with he actually sent me an Ultim one, but I already had like a black cap, so I just put the fucking black cap back on my fucking thing.
At least you got a spare tap now.
That's why when you break things, even if you're not using it, save some parts. You never know if you're gonna need them.
Yeah, I had the.
See, look, Face Meat's also having a problem with his. I'm not the only one.
Yeah, I haven't had a problem with mine wicking. I just find it not the best flavor.
Mm-hmm. I'll agree to that.
It's, to be honest, if you're getting into that world, it's great to start on, because it's a piece of piss to build. And it's all right. You've got 9 mils of liquid, but if you're using it as your predominant thing, I would probably then upgrade quite quickly once you got used to it, because
I wish I had airflow control.
Yeah.
And when you put a normal like that,
when you put like a normal Boro on it, it just makes the airflow really turbulent.
Yeah.
It's a good little device though.
Yeah, I'm thinking about just buying, because like I looked at Vaping Delight's website, and they have the stubby tanks itself, like as a standalone. So I could buy one for $50, which is not an issue, because at least I don't have to buy a whole new fucking goddamn mod and tank together.
Not the point though.
Right. So I want to see if it's my cables or if it's me. That's the fucking point, right? So if I buy a second one, if I buy a second one and it doesn't work, then fuck it, I'll just sell it. I'll just give it.
Can't you just buy the cables?
If I fucking email Suicide Mods and then they got to ship it from the UK.
I'm surprised
what you should do is just get a bunch of like nichrome, get like maybe 29 gauge, just make your own cables.
Yeah,
that's a good shout.
Like
you can make Clapton cables.
Listen, I actually have 29 gauge in nichrome.
There you go. We can have an update on the next show how it went.
I don't know if I might just have to like do a bunch of like twisted 29 gauges and then twist them all together into like a big ass cable.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
See how they go. It's all right, Anthony. Look, you're the show sponsor. You show up whenever the fuck you want, bro.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't even give you like spare cables in the packet, or you can actually go online.
They gave you 2 spare cables, and I'm like, there's 4 cables to this. Like, why did you not give us 4 cables?
Yeah, it's like in case you just break one or something. But yeah, they should give you 4.
That's bad.
I don't know.
I know Bogan doesn't watch this, but Bogan, seriously, talk to your people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not the only one that had a problem though. Like Face Meat obviously has had a problem with his. Rhett's Beard also had a problem with his as well. And I think I know there's one other person, and I for some reason can't think of who it was. But there was one other person that my dude Lark Dog in the Grim Discord, he also had a problem with his not working either.
Yeah, I never really had an issue. I don't know whether they've just done. There's a really dodgy batch out there.
I mean, maybe. I also got one of the first batches too, which I mean could be part of it.
Yeah, I always try and wait. I always try not to jump on stuff too soon.
I've never had good luck with like first batch stuff, right? Because like, here's the thing: like even with my Blotto, right? I had so many problems with my Blotto. Like my stoppers didn't work, bro. Like at all. Like I would go to like take the fucking tank apart, and the airflow control would just skip over the fucking stoppers, and then it would get stuck. It was a pain in the dick to fucking push back over. So I just like had to start taking the top cap off and like taking a pair of pliers and fucking untwisting it. Like hold the tank and untwist it.
Yeah, I had a massive problem with my airflow and my Blotto because I got the Splotto when they released the one at the Expo, and it was like black and pink. And within 3 days, it was all chipping off, and then the airflow got jammed at like a quarter. Couldn't even do it then. Yeah, it was horrendous. I used it for literally a week, and it's in the box.
I'm usually like a pretty good person about like early adoption, like on things, right, to get ahead of it. But I'm just not having good luck recently with the early like releases and stuff. I think I'm gonna start waiting for like second and third batches to come out before I like buy things, just so that way they have time to like work dumb shit out.
See, that's the problem I had. I wanted to jump on the first batch of the Ravines, and I was like, I'm going to get it. And I thought I'd wait for the second batch. And then the time I went to get it, Grim had already done his reviews, and it bumped up by like an extra £100. And I was like, I ain't paying that amount for it.
Yeah.
So he's bumped the price right up and then bumped it again. I was like, I'm not paying that when I know it was only going to be like 120. Yeah. It's like 240.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude, that's some bad business practices right there.
I can tell you what it is right now. Hold on.
Morning, Birdie. Yeah, I did fuck up. I don't know if any of you saw my 2 a.m. review of the Denali that I done whilst waiting for the little one's milk to cool down here. I thought, fuck it, I'll do a little 2-minute video. And in the whole fucking review, I called it a ravine. Posted it, and then it was like, I think that's the Denali. And Dan Fresno was like, yeah, that is the Denali. I was like, sorry, it was like 2 a.m. So I think I might just leave it up there.
You should re-edit it, but instead of like redoing the whole video, just record yourself saying Denali and then just edit it on top of every time you say ravine.
I think that
sounds awful. It'll be great. It'll sound awful.
The ravine's 180, bro. US. Huh? The ravine's 180 US.
Oh, it's gone down then. It's still more expensive than it was.
Yeah, because I remember when it first came out, it was like 120.
Yeah. Yeah, I might just get a second.
Unless he's using gold or something. I don't know.
I think he got a different filament, so he may have had to raise the price depending on the filament.
Yeah. That or he got a new printer, and them bitches are expensive, so you gotta cover the costs for a bit at least.
Yeah, I mean, there's also that factor. So yeah. So anyway, main topic time though. How did you want to start this, Adam? This was your idea, so
All it was I thought it'd be quite interesting for all of us and chat and that to talk about the differences when, say, like if we take an RDA for instance, one that's been mass produced with no real input from a builder or a reviewer. So say like the Nightmare 25, because that was just a Suicide Mods thing. To say like the OG Recall, which was done by a reviewer, and then go into somewhere like the Dang or the Squire, the Rye, which was done by a coil builder. The differences between them and just our thoughts on them. Is there any ones that you prefer that you was like shocked at to think actually that's really good? Because me looking at stuff like if you look at something made by a coil builder, I always see when you look at the deck, it's made for freedom. So you can experiment. There's more space to add stuff. So if you want to do something a bit mental, like a 10-core alien, just say for instance, it seems to be that they're tailored more to between like the more exotic builds that you won't have an issue with. Stuff like mass produced, it's very much. Do you find that it's more to the box standard 26 alien or for a fused Clapton, or there's nothing too innovative in it, and the same with the reviewers. I just wanted to know what your guys' views were, and in chat. So throw it in chat. Your views. Was there one that surprised you? Was there one that fell short?
So I wouldn't say fell short. Actually, I'm gonna hold off because Jay looks like he's got a whole dissertation he's about to give us.
Oh yeah, I might go Sifu on this one. I don't know. I know what you mean on the whole building freedom, but even I popped the cap off of my RDA for vaping V1, and I remember like feeling like it was okay, and even like those post holes aren't like wide enough for anything too massive or anything extreme. So your statement, while it can be true, it's not entirely.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wonder like if it's just they're looking for ease of build for like common user, this or that. Like the Turk V2, a lot of people loved it. Personally, I expected more. Like seriously, I actually used to do reviews. You could see some on my channel, but my exact words were, "This is just an apocalypse with a different airflow."
Yeah.
And in all reality, like I just expected a lot more from that, and just kind of felt really short. We'll say Hype Gang sometimes tends to ruin things, because when I got to like the Rebirth RTA, I tried it and everybody was telling me it was the greatest thing ever since sliced bread, and I went on a full, this is a thing. This is meh. I don't see what's special about it. I don't see what's different about it. There was like, it wasn't difficult to build, but it wasn't really like anything extreme or great. Like flavor was mediocre. It was just whatever. For me, still like the Recoil and the Recoil Rebel are like some of my top like RDAs. And I don't know if it's because of a bias, because I do like Nick. He's like been like one of the first reviewers I've been following for years at this point, and like I've conversed with the dude like IRL and stuff. So there is like a bit of a commonality there. So I don't know if that plays into it, but I mean, since the first time I got the first one, I've been collecting them, and I don't do repeats. I really don't. I refuse to, just because then you end up with like a million of the same thing. But you guys know me. I have a ton of recoils and rebels, and they all sit on exomes. But beyond that, I just don't really care for repeats. Like recently I got a Bonza because a buddy of mine quit vaping, and he was just more or less giving away all his stuff. And he's all like, "Hey, I'm done with vaping. Did you want anything that I had?" I was like, "You still got that Bonza?" Because I never got to try it. And that thing was a pain in the ass to build. I'm like, dude, I've been building for years and stuff, and I didn't care for it. Flavor was okay. And I remember it again being like one of those ones that everybody talked up really hard, and I was like, meh, you know?
Yeah.
And,
I get what you mean.
And I know I'm jumping around like from like builders to reviewers and this and that, but it's one of those things like we're actually talking about this before the show. A lot of it does fall to subjectivity, whether you have a bias towards the person. There you go. Birdman agrees. It goes whether you like the person that's behind the name. Do you like the company that's behind the name? It also falls into like what your style is. Like me, I have quite a bit of RTAs now. I really like. I never really paid attention as I was collecting them, but I hate RTAs. They're not my thing. I hate most of them. Most of them are just garbage to wick. They leak. It's more than I'm willing to do. Even though I'm a tinkerer, to me that just seems like a giant hassle. And I've been enjoying like top flow RTAs because that leak
Yeah.
thing is out of the equation. Like the Dead Rabbit V1, that was actually something I enjoyed. But then again, because it was easy to build, was it something incredible? It's whatever. It was a thing, but I wouldn't put it up there. And then I have this guy right here, and I actually enjoy this very much. So it's the QP Juggernaut, and I enjoy that tank. And I'm like, I think so, yeah.
Dude, that thing is so good. I have one.
Mm-hmm. No, and that's it's the V2. And see, that's what I'm saying. That one I actually enjoyed. I liked it, and I'll say like independent manufacturers tend to do a lot more when it comes to like what they're making versus like say a Chinese manufacturer just puts out stuff in mass. And because I've tried like what is it? Asmodus, they used to do RDAs and stuff like that. They're okay. I wouldn't say they're like the greatest thing ever. They like, let's say 4 or 5 years ago, they were actually trying new things. Now at this point, it's just gotten very samey. And I think I've said this on the show before, but we have hit like a very weird standstill when it comes to like rebuildables and even like sub-ohm tanks and stuff, where everything's pretty much the same thing from the year before. Nothing's really changing all that much. Or if it is, it's kind of more or less they just kind of threw a bunch of things into a blender and saw what spat out. And I could probably pick out like 8 different parts that came from like a couple other things that I've seen before. So, those are some of my thoughts.
I do like the fact though that like at least specifically with like the reviewer stuff or the coil builder stuff. Well, yes, they do still have their flaws, right? That the person's personality was also thrown into the design, right? So you kind of get to like know the person through the RDA itself and like how they like to vape. You know what I mean? So like,
well, I mean,
I think it's a good factor. However, that style may not always work for everyone itself. So this comes back to that subjectivity that you were talking about, right? Because I may really, really, really love my Squai, right? But it may not be something that works for Birdman, right? And so it's just kind of one of those things you gotta like factor into it as well. So
well, I mean, like when again back to the recoil, when the first recoil came out, it did get some backlash, and Nick is like, it's okay if you don't like it, because when me and Dwayne made this, it was to what we were wanting evident RDA at the time and what we wanted to see and how we vape. Right. So that plays a lot into it. I mean, even like the Twisted Messes stuff. I mean, dude has tried some wacky things like the Cube. That thing, I own one. I barely vape it because it's a disaster, and I'm sure he'll probably even admit it that it was a bit of a disaster. But like the TM24 to the TM24 Pro, I feel like he did take the notes that came back on the back from like the information that people gave out on their likes and dislikes from it, and more or less changed it up a little bit to the Pro and actually worked on it. And sometimes that improvement does help, but it depends on the person. Because I mean, like at this point, Dead Rabbits have gotten to a point of you just see a new one every year, and it's very who the fuck cares.
Yeah,
like I really think their manufacturers just going psycho with those at this point.
Yeah, I mean it all. I also do like the fact that you touched on like it comes down to whether or not you like the name behind certain things or the company that's behind certain things. Like we talked about this before the show as well. Like I don't know how true it is, and I can't substantiate this unless I actually like ask Beecher himself, right? But I heard that Hell Vape made the new RDA for vaping too, and don't get me wrong, I love Beecher. The dude is a fantastic human being, and he's a fantastic coil builder and everything else, right? However, knowing that Hell Vape made it, I can't bring myself to buy one, like at all. Hell Vape can suck my dick.
It reminded me when you was talking about the RDA vaping, because I got the first one. I got it really, really late. I was really late to the game for it, and it was so restricted. I couldn't vape it. I just could not get along with it. But it made me think about what you were saying. That it made me think that I think it was made more for the mass consumer, the everyday rebuildable. I don't think it was targeted to coil builders. Where do you think that there's any RDAs out there made by a coil builder that has been predominantly targeted towards coil building?
The Squad did. That's how they marketed it.
Well, I mean, even the Goon, that was kind of more or less the idea behind that.
Yeah, I mean, even in like well, I'm saying like for the Squad, right? Like in the marketing, like if you ever read any of the posts on like Instagram when they were teasing it before it came out, their one like giant main focus was the post holes and how much space you had in the fucking deck, and it was like it doesn't matter what the fuck you put in here, it's gonna work. Like do your worst, like create the craziest fucking coils you guys could possibly create and slap it in this motherfucker, bro.
Well, I mean, even the like you were talking about the Dang earlier. I feel like Dwayne was trying to aim at that, or Kent and Dwayne, because that was like a collaboration between them two, right?
Yeah.
And I think that's what they were aiming for, because if you look at the way those clamps come in and stuff, they're pretty wide. You can get some really wide builds in there.
Yeah,
I'm sure they were aiming a little bit towards that, but then like in that one, like the top cap kind of more or less kills that ability to put a big build into it, unless you go single. So you know it's one of those things. Like we do live in a very microscopic escape landscape once you actually think about it. Because I mean, I'll show people like the coils, or I'll get messages when I send out a set of coils and it's like something 30 gauge, and it's like, dude, how the fuck do you see this shit? And it's like with a lot of fucking luck. And honestly, with the glasses that Anthony sent us, like that has been like a game changer in life. But before that, dude, trying to spin 30 gauge, and then like doing like a 36 or 38 gauge wrap, you're just kind of more or less praying, and you're kind of seeing the back part of it, not the actual wrap. And it's just like a whole thing. But we do live in a very macro world. I actually look directly at where it's wrapping now versus like what it looked like beforehand.
Yeah, I look at the wrap, so I know exactly where it's at and what it's doing.
But it is one of those things of we live in a very compact space, and there's only so much you can do. Because I mean, there's been things like 30 millimeters, there's been things like 28s, and those are great for like building big chunky builds. But most people don't like running that because they want something to match their mod or what have you, and they don't have a mod that'll sit on properly. So there's way too much to play at. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I suppose you're aiming at a smaller market as well, so you're not likely to make your money back. Because Steve-O said the difference with the V2 is Beecher invested his money and paid Hellvape to manufacture it, he believes. But it makes you think that, I think what people forget, and I forget, when you start looking at what people are releasing, that people are actually putting their hard-earned money into creating it, and they want to be able to at least get their money back and then some. So
and that's one thing. Like, there are a lot of Chinese manufacturers that will work with you and make your stuff and put whatever packaging you want and this and that. But like, they want so many quantities made before they're willing even to talk to you. Like, you have to be willing to invest money. I mean, I think I'm talking like 6-7 years ago. I asked a company like, how much would it cost me to make this? And they're like, okay, so basically, you would have to spend 5,000 minimum, get so many units made out before we even are okay with trying to make it for you. And I'm like, okay, then that's a no. And and it's one of those things, because I mean, even like Grim, Kent, all them have invested their own money and hoped that it would play out well enough to where at least they break even. If they do more than that, fine, but a lot of it does go into that. And then you get like the reviewers, they more or less have enough of a clout that a company looks at them and says, hey, we'd be willing to work with you and come up with something. And because you got to keep in mind, a lot of this stuff is still manufactured in China, other than like certain companies like Kennedy or like depending which companies you talk to, I know some of them had some weird sketchy practices that they said made in the USA and they weren't, and things like that. But a lot of Chinese companies, they're very big on, if I'm not getting return on investment, I don't care to deal with it, and they're not willing to take that gamble.
Yeah, it's and plus I have noticed that quite a lot of people, you have find people that are just will contact someone and say, "Can we put your name on this?" So
That's
it's not like
happened
they've had any input whatsoever.
Several names come up to mind at that point.
And then you've got obviously the people that have made an RDA with a reviewer or a builder, and then the company that made it have just released like a V2 with no input from the original person.
And that does happen.
The same name. So then
they believe they have the IP on it. And since Chinese law is really weird, more or less they do own the IP on it, and you're kind of just left in the water at that point.
So I just thought it was quite an interesting thing to look into and talk about, because my go-to RDA is the Nightmare 25. That's why I've got 4 of them. I hated it to start with, but got used to it. And then for me, that is my favorite way of vaping. But that's got no name of a coil build or a review attached to it. It's just suicide bots.
Yeah.
And,
see, I'm like Jay though. Like I'm not a repeat person. I buy one atomizer and that's it. Like I don't want multiples of things, right? But there have been a couple recently that have come out, the Nightmare 25 being one of them, that I actually wish I had multiples of.
Yeah. There's things I don't like about it. Mainly the posts. Like you wash it after a couple of times and then it all starts flaking and just looks a bit shit. But it still vapes perfectly
I've never
fine.
had that problem.
Oh, every single one of mine has. And the one thing that I really love about it is it's so easy to pop and paint. You don't want to pull it out of your pocket by the top cap.
I've done that, and the top cap fucking came off.
Yeah, but I like that about it, and I like the airflow, and I love the install of it, even though it takes a little bit longer. But it's just to get it perfect. But it's great. But like my one before that I vaped it until it died was the Passage, which I thought for buildability was just such an easy one to build. I loved it.
I mean, the Passage was okay. The flavor was decent, but
yeah,
I have one and I wouldn't buy another one.
It was my first proper RDA, and I loved it. It for just for easeability, I just fell in love with it. But that was by Hell Vape and
That's a Matt from SMM.
Yeah. So I really like that. But then there's the only other thing I really use is the OG recoil. So I've gone down the route of just sticking to 2 now. The only other RDA I want is the Colorado, just to piss about on. Just to try.
The Colorado's fun, bro. I've had one. I lost it on the way to New York, unfortunately. I thought I packed it up, but I guess I didn't.
It would be ironic if it fell in Colorado.
Yeah.
It's somewhere in Colorado right now. But I mean, and that's another one, like the Colorado. I thought that one was just like a huge gaff that like Yosh just like I got to meet Yosh at an event, and the dude was very, I did it because why the fuck not? Like he is very that dude. Yeah, and that's what that was. Like seriously, it was ridiculous. But you gotta love like stuff like that. As much as it's ridiculous, at least he was trying something different in all reality.
Yeah.
I suppose the money he probably invested in the Colorado has taken him many years to try and even recoup some of it back. So that's why, for people like him, if he does it for shits and giggles, you're not doing it for the money, are you? You don't mind maybe losing some cash on it, your investment, if people get to play about with it. So Steve-O saying he loves the Squire as well. Valhalla Micro and RDA for Vaping V2 were all great RDAs from this past year. and the only RDAs that even come close to the Asgard Mini for me. See, I like the Asgard Mini, but I broke mine because I got the one with the only one they had was the frosted, like it was really a squidgy top.
Oh yeah, the acrylic top. The frosted.
Yeah, and I dropped it and just smashed. It just shattered.
Yeah.
So that I've still got the deck for that, but no top cap.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, I do like certain things that I have. I do see the thought process and the design that goes into things like from like reviewers or like coil builders that release like atomizers and stuff, or even just like Woros, right? I do see like the thought process that went into it itself, even though, of course, again, they do have their flaws. But a lot of the things that I like have really, really enjoyed outside of the OG recoil, because I mean, it's the OG recoil, bro. Honestly, were things that didn't have anyone's name on it.
Yeah, the majority of things I've liked is more from like certain manufacturers. Like,
yeah,
you know, like we've been talking suicide mods. That tends to be some stuff that we all like.
Yeah, dude, like my Valhalla 28, one of my favorite atomizers.
QP for me so far, the only thing that's ever disappointed me from them is the Neo. I hated that thing, but beyond that,
yeah, that Neo
I've
was
enjoyed
trash.
everything else. I've enjoyed everything else they've done.
I got a Fatality recently, and it's the only RTA that I got good flavor from, and I enjoyed vaping on.
The Arbiter actually
had
pretty good flavor.
What's that?
The Arbiter actually had pretty good flavor.
Oh, I forgot about the Arbiter.
I never tried that one.
For a 28 millimeter fucking top airflow RTA, it was actually pretty good.
And it was pretty simple to build as well, wasn't it? And wick.
Yeah, it's real easy. The Justin Lai, or however you pronounce his name, the dude's name that's like on the box is actually he actually came over from Geek Vape and designed it itself. So he no longer works for Geek Vape. I think he actually now works for Oxford. But that's why that Arbiter looks so close to the fucking Zeus tank, is because Justin's the one that designed it.
Okay. It's kind of like what's his name that used to be with Wismec. What's his name? God damn, I can't remember his name. He's the one that made the Relo and all that other stuff back in the day.
Oh,
yeah, Jabo.
Yeah.
He was like their main designer for the longest time, and then they kind of parted ways. And I don't know what Jabo's been up to lately. I haven't heard from him in years.
So, if money wasn't an issue for you two, would you design your own RDA or RTA or bridge? And if you would, what company would you, if you got a choice of any company, what company would you choose?
Not Hellvape.
Huh?
Not Hellvape.
I thought you said Hellvape.
Sounds like he wants Hellvape to do it for him.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would actually probably get like Ogvape or something to design it, or to like do the manufacturing for it.
Who?
Ogvape.
What is that?
Ogvape, you never heard of them?
I said, why is that?
Oh,
I thought you said, what is that? I was like,
yeah, I heard, what is that?
No,
I was
why
like,
is
wait,
that?
I was like, wait, why are you? Wait, you're serious?
English, motherfucker, do you speak it?
Apparently not, bro. Did you not see the description, bro? I read that. You know how many fucking grammatical errors are in there? Holy shit.
What description?
On the fucking show, bro.
Oh, mate, I done that on the fly. That was on my phone.
Dude, phones have like
so
grammar
bad.
check.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
you will laugh at me at this. I will spell a word, and even the phone goes, I ain't got a fucking clue what you're trying to say, and it's just blank. And I just goes, what was it I was trying to spell earlier on? Accessories. Oh, I spelled it so wrong that even
I
the
want to
computer
see
was
you
up.
try speech to text just to see how that goes.
Yeah, I tried that in the car and it really didn't work too well.
I want. All right, listen. I'm gonna put you on the spot. I'm gonna need you to spell the word necessities or necessary. Either way, whichever one's easier for you.
Begins with a K.
It's got a silent K.
Mate, it's bad. So, why would you pick Org Vape?
I just like the design of their things, bro. Like, it looks real nice. It's super like aesthetically pleasing. Like, I don't know, their stuff. It's just been kind of like aesthetically, it's just been real posh. Honestly, that and I mean their products work, so I like their stuff.
Jay?
Oh, I've tried this actually. It's just I didn't have the right file style and I just never revisit it. But SXK because I think it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. You'll make an authentic, not a clone.
Yeah, no,
And then you'll clone your own things.
Yeah. I think it'd be hilarious, dude.
Just call the clone like the V2,
Mm-hmm.
the V1.5. I don't know what I'd pick. To be honest,
Vapors Cloud, I can sort of get with them. I don't know. It's just weird, like their how they do runs and stuff. And I get it. It's money. It's time. But I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah, I think my second pick, if I had one, would either be suicide mods or signature tips to do the manufacturing.
I like
I like that. SXK is Osmosis and Old Toner. So they already make authentic. See, I told you. It's doable. They actually do a lot of the manufacturing. That's how they get schematics for doing clones.
That's mental. I might pick like something like Method 1, that Met Company do like the full engraving. So I think that'd be
Method
pretty
Man's
cool.
a hip hop guy.
Method 1, I think it's called. Or probably Death Wish. Because it would be quite cool to make like a...
Death Wish is too bougie for my liking.
Yeah, they moved to the UK, bro. They used to be a Canadian company.
Huh? What's that?
They moved to the UK. They used to be a Canadian company.
Yeah, they've just released. Is it the Regenesis or something? They've just released. Yeah, they're going to be at the Expo this year, so which I'm looking forward to getting over there and see their stuff, because I always wanted a ghost ship. And the first Expo I ever went to, and I was still vaping on was it the TFV8 sub-ohm tank? And there was a big ghost ship there, and I was like, I want one of them, and it was like 400 quid. And I looked at me and said, I might buy one. I fucking did nothing about mechanicals, but I wish I bought one so then I could use it now, because I can't fucking find them anywhere. But I'd probably try and do something like that. Oh, Death Wish is Scottish, owned by Vaporoni.
Yeah, I told you.
Sounds like the weirdest pizza I've ever heard of.
Because they do their own coil lines now. It's called Morbid Coils or something like that. But I think they've just bought white labels, so they've probably gone to someone like Coils by Scott or something. Because I know he makes all the coils for Vapors Cloud. All the VC coils are Coils by Scott.
I didn't know that. I never had them.
There's a couple of companies over here as well that just do white label coils. So you can just buy en masse like 1,000 aliens, and the company will buy it and just label it themselves.
Yeah.
Which I think is a really good idea.
I was like, dude, I think we're in like the wrong line of business here. I'd rather do that.
Yeah. Because it happens more often than not. Because I know Coils by Scott's done a couple of them for a couple of companies, but I know the Vapors Cloud ones are definitely his. OAM Coils is another English company. OAM Coils or something. He does a load of the shop ones. So if shops want to just buy a load of coils, it would cost them like 50p a pair for a pair of aliens, and they sell them for like £4, but just put their own labels on it. So I think it's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Somebody else does the VC coils.
I thought it might have been caused by Scott. But yeah, and what is it? Adrian Coils does. I think he's an Indonesian guy. Does the coils for ODB now? So ODB have got their own ODB coils. If you're willing to sit there and make 1,000 pairs,
I actually want to get some more ODB wraps, dude. I want that fucking Disney one that they have, bro. That like Honor Over Glory or whatever the fuck it was called, and it was like Stitch battling fucking Mickey Mouse and Stitch.
Oh, I've got a pair of them.
Mickey Mouse's fucking arm.
I've got a pair of them somewhere. I've got one in this. Hang on. My camera's probably not going to pick it up. Hang on. These ones.
Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, I got the Tasmanian Devil ones as well, which looks pretty cool.
Let me see if I can find it.
Give me 2 seconds. The kid's going mental.
Okay.
I hear him. But yeah, I mean, it does still all fall to each his own. To what do you like? What don't you like? And what fits within what you're wanting to get out of your vape.
Let me see if I can
I
find
mean,
a better photo.
There's
I'm
like
back.
a world of things that you can. I'm over here talking to myself.
This one. I was actually listening. This battery.
Yeah,
wrap,
that's the
bro.
one he showed. That's the one he
Yeah,
showed.
but you couldn't. Yeah, you couldn't really.
You couldn't
it
see it
though
very
because of
well.
what you showed. I need this fucking battery wrap in my life.
What if you were able to sell licensing rights to liquid recipes to a big retail liquid company so they could pay you annually for your recipes?
There's a guy in chat that does that. I know a guy.
Hmm.
He knows who I'm talking about if he's watching.
Holy shit! Robert Darkings actually showed the fuck up. What's up, fucker?
Hello, mate.
What you doing, you fucking twat?
Your calls have gone out, mate.
Wait, Robert.
He's gone and got himself some Duchess killers.
Fuck him, bro. He could have just fucking messaged me and I would have gladly sent him shit. For free, actually.
You're giving away coils now?
No, just to Robert.
I heard he's giving away coils for free now.
Everybody message Duchess and get your free set of coils.
Fuck no, bro. No, Robert hooked me up with a bunch of like UK liquids and shit, so I owe him.
Oh, no.
I fucking love Robert, dude. That dude cracks me up.
So would you ever consider designing your own RTA?
I don't know if I would ever design like an RTA, but an RDA for sure, 100%. I just don't know. I've kind of like, fuck off, Anthony. I've contemplated this. I just don't know like what I would do for the deck itself, right? Because like Jay said, right, like things have been repeated or like copied from like other things like here and there, like so many times that it's real hard to come up with something that's super original for the way that the deck is made, but still have that like ease of use feature like built into it, especially considering like it may go out to the general public masses. You know what I mean? It may not just stick to like just like the hobbyist side of things. So
yeah,
you gotta think of like both sides. You know what I mean? Like
there's so many factors.
I have to think of, you know, like the liquid manufacturers or like the DIYers, I should say, right? So that way it still has good flavor. If you decide you want to use it for like testing or whatever. But I also you would still have to also think about maybe the coil builders because maybe you want to throw something wild in there and you want to take photos with it. But then you also have to think of the general masses that just needs, or rather just wants a new RDA to vape on.
Go all Steam Crave about it where the rebuildable section is removable.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that little idea. Like a little Lego
The
style.
thing is, like, that is one of those things of like, if you're doing multiple things half-assed instead of just doing one thing full-assed, because that's just kind of how that feels after a bit.
It's similar to like the Siri, the 3 coil. The idea was so good, executed so poorly. It was fucking atrocious, even down to like the post holes. Like the coil in the middle, you had to crush him from the side. And you think, well, maybe if you may have designed it a little bit differently, you wouldn't have had to crush the coils from the side. And the flavor on it was fucking horrendous as well.
You said it was an RDA?
Yeah.
I want to see what this thing is because
Coil art.
STRI?
SERI.
Okay. Because like Coil Art did a 3 coil and it was basically they just went around. One set here, one set here, one set here.
Oh, okay.
So
this was like stepped. It was sort of like a little bridge.
So I'm a little curious now. Oh, okay, I see what it is. Basically, what people like to do. Okay, so with like the old dead rabbits, people used to try to cram as many coils as they could in there. Oh yeah, you're muted.
I'm really sorry. You're gonna have to give me a minute with a little one.
Oh yeah, you're fine.
Give us a sec.
Yeah, you're good.
Keep talking.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna try to entertain people here by myself. So yeah, okay, I see what the Siri is. I really thought it was spelled like the phone app. Either way, yeah, that's what people used to do with the dead rabbit. They would get both post holes and try to cram as many coils as you could in there. I think the most I ever saw was like 6, 3 in each side. And you just built very low resistance or very high resistance wire. So Kanthal was your best friend in that situation. But I don't know. Like I said, Coil Art used to do one and it just went around. Was it good? Not really, but it sounds a little bit better than that. Maybe. I don't know. Let me see. The fact that it was a 26, you think if it was smaller, it would have been a bit better? 26 is a very odd number. Because I'm used to like 25s, 24s, all that shit. Yeah, it is a 26. Huh. Interesting. All right. Yeah, I'm no bigger. Okay, go to like a 28. Okay, I could see that. It would give you more airflow for the multiple coils and stuff like that. Okay, that's fair. We're over here talking about the Siri and how it was poorly executed.
How's it spelled? I want to see the spec.
And GTT
really sorry about that.
The 28 would be better if it was a 28, which I could see that for airflow purposes, but then I don't know if like let me see how the cap looked like. That's a goofy ass cap too.
Who made it?
Helvape.
Did you have a look at the
dude? I hate that airflow. I hate that airflow. Like that's awful.
It was horrendous.
Yeah, it just looks really bad altogether.
And somehow managed to strip every bit of flavor out of your liquid.
And that's what I'm saying. Here's the thing. Like, I am a firm believer in the idea of if you think you can do better, then go and fucking do it. And I want to, it's just the funds are not there. That's been like the main issue. And I never got big enough to where anybody wanted to look my way. So, but I've wanted to put like my hand in it. I've had designs for years. Like at this point, they're antiquated designs because I think I did those back in like 2018, maybe late 17. And I spent months on them. It's just the file style doesn't work for what they need in the manufacturers
That is the
because of the
dumbest
program I used.
fucking goddamn RDA I've ever seen in my whole life.
If you look at the middle post, it crushes the leads.
Yeah, dude. Like, you should have left the two on the outside the same width, bro, as the fucking one in the middle. Like, why is it wider in the middle and not on the outside?
It was horrendous. I had to build a couple of pairs for someone. They wanted it, and it was fucking horrendous.
I mean,
I
if you were
got
doing
one.
maybe like a 4-wrap, like on the outside, like I can understand that, right? But nonetheless,
Right,
though,
I got one to test out, and I was just like, I'm getting no fucking flavor of this at all. And the guy who made it for was just like, look, I'll test them out. It was like, I've tried so many different coils in it, and there's no flavor in it whatsoever. So say like if you had like a strawberry cheesecake, you might get a whisper of strawberry, if that. It was horrendous. One of the worst.
you know what would suck, bro, is if that was the only RDA you had and you were fucking goddamn strawberry blind.
Yeah.
No, it's funny because all I'm thinking, do we need to send this guy some Ramella liquids? I'm sure those would work in that. Because
Yeah,
if those
dude,
don't work
it's
in
just
that,
sweet.
if those don't work in that,
everyone-
then that thing is a giant pile of shit. Because Anthony
'cause
goes crazy
everyone-
on the flavor, on the sweetener. So hey,
Yeah, everyone needs 15% fucking goddamn super sweet in their liquids, you know?
Well, talking about strawberry blind, about 3 days ago, I've worked out I'm
flavor.
allergic to a cereal concentrate. I got some liquids from Dripper Labs. He sent me over a load of his new liquids, and there was one called Cereal Tart. The only concentrate in there that I never had before was cereal. I'm vaping it, and then I get these big blotches on my hands, like angrily itching. It went down to my legs, and I'm like, "What the fuck is going on?" I thought it was something I've eaten, and so I ate normally. Next day, in the morning, I had it with my coffee, couple of puffs, started again. Fucking, so I got hold of Nick, and I was like, "What's the recipe?" He was like, "Oh, we've just got a new cereal. It's got like nuts in it. I've just had an allergy test. I'm fucking allergic to nuts. Fucking mental." But do you know what the worst thing about it was? It was one of the fucking nicest dessert liquids I've had in a long time, and I was like, "Oh, this is really good."
So what you're telling me is that when I come visit the UK, I need to have a giant jar of fucking planters and then not wash my hands and build on your drill.
Yep.
Okay, good.
No, I was fucking
Oh.
horrendous.
Okay, so story time. This guy I used to work with, he lived with a girlfriend. They broke up. It was a really horrible breakup. She was allergic to nuts. He covered their entire apartment in peanuts.
Fuck.
I'm not proud of this, but I had a teacher in high school, Mrs. Scott, and she was allergic to the corn nuts, bro. And I used to buy the fucking ranch corn nuts at fucking lunch. And her class was always the class after lunch, and so like I would be finishing the fucking package of corn nuts when we would come in, and while she was still standing at the door, not paying attention to anything, like letting all the students in and everything else, I would go over and just wipe my hands across her fucking keyboard, bro.
You're so mean.
I just said I'm not proud of it, but it was fucking hilarious at the time because she was a bitch to everybody.
The teacher is no longer with us. Call for his Duchess.
I'll be honest, I hear my kids talk about like how their schools work and stuff like that, and I'm like, dude, we were giant dicks to our teachers. They're like so nice nowadays.
Yeah, I won't go into what I did to some of mine.
Not all schools, but at least where my kids go, they don't treat their teachers like we treated our teachers. In elementary school, we got a lady to retire.
Yeah.
She was just so done and fed up with us that she retired.
I got sent to a Roman Catholic private school to try and straighten me out, and we had a teacher called
That obviously didn't work.
Father Wells. I'll never forget him. We used to call him Father Frog because his eyes were facing the other way. He's got, why is your good eye? And we just abused him so much that now, well, once we left school, he was teaching music to a primary school.
Yeah.
So he left the school and was doing that. Oh, we was fucking mean. We had a teacher that looked like a duck and we used to throw bread at him.
It's funny because all I'm thinking is he going to teach the school your son's going to? Because your son's going to get tortured by that teacher.
Probably. Probably.
If I would have had Mr. Frog as my teacher, bro, I would have been that asshole that would have been like, just stand still. They can't see you.
Yeah. But the problem is, you used to be fucking around going, that's his bad eye, you're on the good side. And then all of a sudden, it was his good eye. So you could see out of both of them. You'd sit in the middle thinking, if both eyes are going this way, you're fine here. Nah.
I mean, peripheral's kind of like not too bad. You know what I mean?
We were kids.
I was a horrible child, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still a horrible person as it is, but I was way worse when I was a kid.
Yeah. I never understood how my teacher always caught us smoking. And it was only when we went back years later for, like the reunion things they do. The teacher took me and my mate up to the staff room. And went, do you want to know why how we kept catching you? Like, yeah, go on, tell us. We used to go behind a tree thinking no one would see us. But when you're in the staff room, you had to look down, and we were fucking right underneath the staff room. So all the smoke used to go into the room. He's like, we never told her. Like, fucking stupid.
Dude, you made him leave the room. That's how funny that was. I will say,
I'm actually making dinner.
If your wife can hear us, I want to see pictures of this Roman Catholic school thing because him in a uniform sounds hilarious.
Mate, it was funny. The first years was good. It was the school used to be called Shortland's House, and it's where Oliver Cromwell was beheaded. His head was lost in the school that I was in because it used to be an old manor house. They sent me to, so we used to have to get sent down to the basement for detention, which I was there quite often. And the teachers were, "You be careful. His head's still here somewhere." You sit there shitting a brick, thinking his head's going to come out.
Dude, Ad had his own fucking table in the fucking detention room.
Yep. It was so bad they used to make me play football because detention never worked. Well, soccer, sorry, because I knew I hated it so much.
Why would you call it soccer? It's called football.
It's football.
I thought for the people in chat.
Yeah,
I still think it's funny because like you English fucks came up with the word soccer and then we took it and you guys decided fuck you and went back to football.
The trick is don't dabble too much in English history because a lot of it makes it.
I mean, the same thing goes for pants. We took pants from you guys because before that it was like the whole trousers and pantaloon thing, and then you guys went fuck it and and changed back to trousers and breeches and other things.
It doesn't make a lot of sense. I learned a lot of my history.
It's
from
that American English hatred that we had for years up until World War II.
Well, Jay teaches me a lot of English history. You send me those random videos that I didn't even know.
I like how I'm teaching him English history. Never been there, but I know more than he does.
Yeah. Oh, it's good fun.
Oh goodness. So, has anyone else in chat had any experiences or noticed any like differences between like things that they've had from builders or reviewers or just random manufacturers, whether it's Suicide Mods, QP, Geek Vape, Swap, whoever?
I wish they came out with like Chinese companies would like at least take some gambles on RDAs more often that weren't reviewer based.
Yeah.
Like if Smock tried that. Because I'm like the Sublime world has its place. I'm never gonna take that away, but I wish they did a little bit more. Or push. I wish envelopes were pushed a lot more. Let's put it to that. I wish envelopes were pushed a lot more when it came to vaping, because like I said, we've been in a very stagnant place for years at this point.
Yeah.
Anthony is money orientated. Sorry, Duchess.
Anthony has a question for you in the chat.
Did Call of the Couch and Davenport come from England? Probably it does sound like an English thing. But honestly, I wouldn't have a clue, mate. Google and then let me know. Oh,
You got Jay
Good
here,
job.
bro. He's your personal Google.
what's that?
I'm already
You got
on
Jay-
it.
Yeah,
you got
Jay's
Jay
on it.
here, bro. He's your personal Google.
It's so even the missus goes, "Why are you asking Jay? Just Google it." It's like, no.
No, it started in Massachusetts,
Oh, there you go.
so it's an American thing. It was a manufacturer back in the day.
Hi, Billy. How are you?
Oh, Billy. You all right, John?
Yeah, dude, I remember that, dude. Like 2014, 2016, everything was bonkers. You couldn't keep up with anything. It was insane. But at a point, I miss it. Like I wouldn't go so hog wild with buying things, but at the same time, it would be more fun to see more things versus just here we have TF 900 with like 80 million fucking sub-ohm coils and shit. It's just so crazy.
I agree with Steve in the chat for this one. He says that all the sub-ohm tanks should have an RBA base with it
Yes,
available for like purchase.
Yes.
Like,
that used to be a thing. That used to be a thing back in like
I would buy
2016.
more sub-ohm tanks if I could get an RBA base for it.
Like they used to either where you would have to buy it or it came in the packaging.
Yeah.
Either way is fine. It's a pain to have to buy it, but they were cheap. They were like $5 or something like that. But at least give you the option if you wanted to like build it, or even if you are a newbie, you started on a sub-ohm and you wanted to get into building. That was a good bridge instead of having to go out and buy a new thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey,
Like,
John.
then you could just buy the accessory for it.
John's my neighbour in the home zone. Who's bringing the sandwiches? Well, I'm going to be on my Jack Jones, so I guess it's you're going to be bringing the sandwiches, mate. Oh, so yeah, I'm going to Expo this year. It's going to be fun.
Again?
Yeah, going to go the whole time now, not just the
Yeah.
one day.
Okay.
I'm going to have to do it all on my own.
You're gonna actually spend more time actually selling coils this time, right? Instead of
Chatting to people. Yeah. I
instead of having a
forgot.
chat.
You know what? When you've only ever been there as like a customer, it's as soon as you get there, it's sort of you're still in that phone. You see people, you know, oh hello mate, and you think, fuck yeah, I'm here to sell coils, not just make friends.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it's gonna be fun this year. There's loads of good people there. So it'll be, and I'm right behind the bar. Well, even though I don't drink, but love drunk people. So it'll be good fun.
Oh, they're fun.
But no, it's all good.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. Like, because like there's some sub-ohm tanks out there that are actually not too bad itself. It's just that the coils suck dick. So if you had an RBA base for it, bro, absolutely 100%.
Well, it's like they even
like
they even make sub-ohm tanks that are interchangeable within like coil brands. It's like, why not also throw in an RBA in that?
Yeah, well, it's just like my my Freemax Maxes, right? That I have. If it had an RBA for it, I would definitely do it because one, I just refuse to buy the coils even though I could get them. But the flavor of it is actually really fucking good, honestly. Like, surprisingly, it was actually not too bad, and I didn't have any problems with leaking or anything like that. Even with them only being like the O-ring, like push fucking coils. So I mean, if they had like a deck that was like that, where I could like build the deck itself and then just push it in, right? Like, fuck, I would do that 100%.
Yeah, I think I probably would. I'd probably be more inclined to try a sub-ohm tank if it had that rebuildable option in there. Yeah, that reminded me. We talk about rebuildables. The one thing that really fucked me off, and the company, I know Hellvape do it, and it just makes no sense. If you buy, just say for instance, a single core RDA, and they put a pair of coils in there, and the legs aren't offset. They're just around. They just pulled a pair of coils out of it. That none of them are indexed or even configured the right way for that RDA. So then you obviously have to pull the legs out, and it's just little bits like that makes me think, oh, well, you obviously haven't put much thought into it. And I've seen that in loads of RDAs. I don't know if you guys have noticed.
GTT, if you find the little RBA base for the Freemax Maxis tanks itself, then just hit me up on Discord. Because I would fucking gladly buy one.
Oh, I'm a few booths over from Death Wish. Well, I'm going to be fucking skint. I'll buy you a Guinness. I haven't had Guinness for years. I used to love a good Guinness. See, I haven't never tried the Velocity.
See, I only know like Velocity, the RDA from like way back in the day. And I'll be honest, I hate building Velocity decks. Like, they're not my favorite. Mostly because the placement is nice because you just run them like this or whatever.
Yeah.
In there, but then like the way they squish your coils in and stuff, it's like very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Unicoil RBA, got mine for $5. Mate, there's some amazing bargains out there. There was an Aspire single core RTA on sale on eSig1 for 65p. It was £3 shipping, but even for £4, it's worth getting it to give it a go. Longbow, hope you're doing well.
Thank you, GT. I just saw your message come through. I'll check it in a little bit. Just going through the rest of chat here.
I'm just trying to catch up as well.
Seeing if,
what is it? The Aegis pod system guy that you could actually buy RBAs for those.
Oh, really?
They were like half decent. They weren't like the greatest thing, but
I think that
I use them for
X also had an RBA base for it as well.
Mm-hmm. But like, I mean, I use those for when I go longboarding because they're cheap and they're mods that I don't really care greatly about. So if I fall and break it, it's not like the end of the world for me. But you know,
yeah.
I wanted an RBA section because they had one. Because I really hate replacing coil heads. I really do.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of those.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of having to replace my coil heads like once a week or even sooner than that. So, I mean, I replace my own coils like once a month, but that's only because I have an unlimited supply.
Mm-hmm. So I've actually been good about that. I think the longest I've ran recently is like 6 months.
Yeah.
Without rebuilding something and using it constantly.
So I decided now that because I only ever used to vape the graveyard shit, the stuff that I don't sell. But now I decided to treat myself like a real princess, and actually using the stuff that I sell now. And you know what? It makes a difference. Just to look at, you put them in, you're like, oh, and you actually look after them rather than just fucking hacking through some aliens that look like they've already been mauled by the cocaine bear a couple of times.
What's funny is like my graveyard at this point tends to be just flaws in the legs.
Yeah.
Anything that's like got a flaw in the wrap or I ended up accidentally mohawking or something, those go in the garbage. I'm like, I'm not even bothering with this shit anymore.
Yeah, dude, I do the same thing. I'm just like, fuck it, I'll just throw them away. I don't care. I'll just make ones.
And it's just flaws in the leg because I want to be good on the presentation, not because it's not vapeable. In all reality, you cut that leg piece off, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, if the blemish in my coil is low enough itself, and I can actually cut it off, and still have it like be presentable enough, like for it to actually still pass like QC, right, for me to sell it. Then I'll just cut it off and I'll just fucking put it in a package. Otherwise, I'll keep it for myself.
Yeah. Well, my missus is my QC. So I look at them first. Then she goes over them to make sure. No, you hear it. No,
That's because you're a blind fuck and you refuse to
Again,
put your glasses
Remella
on.
glasses are amazing, dude. Just sitting
Yeah,
there
bro.
like you're looking at diamonds.
Yeah. I've started wearing them a lot more now because I never used to wear them. Only for like the proper up close and for ribbon wire. But I have started wearing them a little bit more now. And they're just hard to wear with normal glasses because it just sits really fucking weird.
You guys need to get those new glasses that I got from Anthony Romello. Them shits is fire,
Yeah,
bro.
I know. I asked Anthony for the link because I want to get them. Just other things are taking priority.
Yeah.
I've upgraded to the band now. The band that goes around. Is that you and your mechanicals?
Oh yeah,
Keyboard
this is, I just put this together yesterday.
Keyboard life.
Yeah, it's horrible.
I went down the rabbit hole looking at the keys that people make, and the prices just shoot up.
Dude, they make these resin ones with Lord of the Rings stuff inside them. Yeah, there's like 60 each key.
There was a cool one I saw, which was the space bar, and it had all like the original 3 Pokemon in it, and they made like little landscapes for each one. And I was like, mate, I would have that just to have that one key, and I think that was about $110. I don't know. No, thank you.
Dude, you think vaping gets expensive? No. This is actually a very
more expensive, but it's
they run like, I think I've seen them at like a $1,000 or some like $500 easy, and you're just talking about like the base thing. You still got to buy keys and switches for it. We're not even talking the rest of it.
Hey, the camera was hard enough to try and put together. Fuck doing a keyboard.
Yeah, right.
It's not that hard.
Anyway, we are now approaching the hour and a half mark, so it is that time. If Klowne wants to run the bumper for 2 things, actually. 1, for the show sponsor, and 2, right after that, we're going to go into the Spotify playlist. So if you guys have any music that you guys want to add, go ahead and drop those motherfuckers in chat. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. That was Oink Squad from our main man, Anthony Romello. If you haven't heard of Oink Squad, then what the fuck are you doing, bro? I'm just kidding. No. Oink Squad, bro. You can get merch. You can get multimedia. It's a one-stop shop for everything, bro. Head over to Oink Squad. I don't remember the website. I think it's just OinkSquad.com. You can also type in the whole name itself, OinkSquad.com, not with a period. Actually, spell out the word .com. Over on IG, and you can follow Oink Squad over there, or you can follow Anthony Romello at I'm_Anthony Romello over on IG. Go show that dude some love because he shows us some love constantly. We will eventually have a conversation with him for some Codename Wired merch, but you can get things for like the Shed Time podcast, Mixing It Up, Green Room. You can get Sloane's wonderful face on a coffee mug, like this.
He's getting his wank rag out again.
Yeah, dude, I love this fucking blanket. Listen, I was all cuddled up in this motherfucker earlier, bro, just to stay warm. Oh, dude, it was so nice. The greatest part is that your mouth is right next to my dick, so there's always that. God. No, but yeah, OinkSquad.com. Head over to OinkSquad.com. Go show Anthony some love, and then get some merch, bro. Get all the merch, everything. Anyway, Spotify time. Yeah, I fucking hate Spotify, honestly, but it's Spotify time because it's what everyone else uses. So if you guys have any songs you guys want to add, I have seen a couple that are starting to trickle in. I'm not an elitist. I just prefer one platform over another. Which is the thing. I like
Apple.
It's integrated into everything that I use. I don't have to download an app, so I mean, I'll just use it. It's fine. It's integrated into my car stereo, into my MacBook, into my phone, into my iPad.
Oh,
into
so
my
Swarm Robot.
HomePods, my Apple TV, everything, bro. I just stick with Apple Music. So anyway, yeah. What are you guys picking for your songs this week? 2 songs.
I'm poised and ready.
I didn't even think about it, so I have no fucking clue what I want, honestly.
Well, you have yours, Adam?
I'll go first then. The first song I am going to pick is The Ghost of Me and You by Less Than Jake. To Code and Wired. And the second one I'm going to be picking is... I'm not going to pick that one. Is No Face by the Suicide Machines. So I'm done.
Okay.
All right, I'm gonna go with Starboy from The Weeknd and Three Bastards from Infant Annihilator.
Hang on. What was the second one?
Three Bastards from Infant Annihilator.
I've got that.
God damn it.
Go on,
Now
Duchess.
I'm going to change one of my songs.
Did I take your song?
No. You didn't. But I now want to add one of Infant Annihilator songs on there.
Do it.
So we're going to go with the State of Slow Decay by In Flames.
Nice. I like me some In Flames.
State of what?
Good live.
State of Slow Decay.
By In Flames.
Mm-hmm. And then we're going to go with Cunt Crusher from Infinite Annihilator.
Nice.
Such delightful songs.
Hey, what was that one where they like run through the woods and one of them dry humps the rest of them to death?
Oh, fuck, what is that? Something Fornication. I can't remember the name of the song.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah. The music video is ridiculous.
Dickie Allen is fucking just ridiculous in general, bro.
The whole band is, dude.
Right, we've got a couple throw up in chat. Anthony Runner says to hell vape with the devil.
I like that.
We've got Ben Snow out in the streets.
That's not morbid. What are you talking about?
Huh?
I was talking to Billy. It's not morbid. I don't know what you're talking about. I just like heavy metal.
That was funny because earlier my son asked me, he's like, what's the lowest you can make your voice? And I can do like that like really like low growl and stuff. So I started doing it and my daughter's like, but can you talk like that? I was like, I was talking the whole time. And I could not remember the name of the band, and they do yeah, okay. And then like I told my brother, I was like, are they called Pig Fucker? He's like, no, you mean Torso Fuck? I was like, yeah, Torso Fuck. All those bands name become confusing after a bit.
Yeah. Let's see what else we got in here. We got 2 songs so far. Do you guys just like not listen to music, or?
Well, do you want to pick a song each then? Just add another song on. There's nothing there you want.
Yeah, I'm like looking to see what's on here.
GTT got a good one in.
Dude, GTT's been dropping them. It's just, you got to know these songs.
I don't know that first one that he put in there. Did you ever?
It's interesting.
I haven't heard it.
I'm just going to throw one in. Where's it go? There it is. I'm just going to throw in Nib.
Okay. I'm going to go with Ben Snow Out in the Streets from GTT. That's good. Like some reggae.
Yeah. I'm going to go with Cradle of Filth, her Ghost in the Fog from GTT.
Yeah, dude, in the 90s, sadly, like at least the beginning of the 90s, I was running around pretending to be a Power Ranger, so I couldn't tell you. Then the latter part of the 90s, I was out destroying things.
Yeah. Listen, I wasn't even born until 88, bro.
Adam was born in 95, though.
Yeah, he was.
I wish. End of 88 I was born. Well, middle. June.
I don't care, dude. I like this. I like the whole disturbance shit. I don't care. I was talking about Torso Fuck earlier. One of their best known songs is called Fuck by an Elephant. So we're good.
Yeah, dude.
I've seen the Brothers Grimsby. That looks fucking horrendous. That must be horrendous.
The beginning of it, like you just hear an elephant and somebody going, "Daddy, look, Daddy, look." It's got a little bit of EDM going, so it's all good.
Yeah, dude. Do it. What else we got out there?
Dude, where's Labworks? Is he still here? He likes some. He used to be a DJ back in the day.
I don't know. Anthony put one in. He put in Bare Naked Ladies.
1 week by Bare Naked Ladies.
Yeah,
Dude, her Ghost in the Fog was good too.
Yeah, her Ghost in the Fog was fantastic. I just added that one. So
see, Bare Naked Ladies, their album Stunt was an absolute pucker album. Love that album.
What does pucker mean in your context there?
Very good.
Okay. And it's like, do you pucker your ass? Do you pucker your mouth? What are you puckering here?
Everything.
it's all while he's whacking it.
Well, I want to make this public. This dude breaks coil rods.
What?
You break coil rods. I still don't get it. I even showed my kids, and they're like, "How?"
Yeah, I resorted to heavy duty shit. Mate, they work really well.
Over here using coil drill bits because he breaks coil rods.
I wrapped it in kinetic tape. Works perfectly.
I need new fucking clips again, bro. Look, I just bought brand new fucking goddamn Play-Doh fucking wire clips, bro. I already chipped one of the tips, bro. Look at this.
That's bullshit.
Nipex.
Those suck too.
German company. Oh, mine's been going strong.
I had those. They broke within weeks.
Really?
Dude, I had a pair that lasted me for like a whole year, and then I bought these ones off of Amazon, and I fucking clipped like 17 fucking coils, and then I fucking broke the tip, and I was
Let's
like,
get the big ones. I use a fucking massive one. I'll show you the one I use.
I already know which one you use. We watched the Friday streams, bro, and he's gonna go get it anyways. Jesus Christ, this guy.
We'll fucking eat you. So you can use your little ones like this, or just do what I do and just buy big fuckers. They work just as well. What are you
cutting with the big ones?
Yeah, they're really precise. They're great.
So here's the thing.
No, but what are you cutting with? That was my question.
Here's what Klowne does, right? Klowne likes to do things the hard way, where he'll install the coil, screw it down real quick, put an indent in it, and then fucking clip it with those big ass ones. So he has to take the coil back out and then still reinstall it.
Wait till the day he clips the fucking posts.
Instead of just getting
take it all off.
Instead
that's
of
what
just
I used to wrap.
Oily tool, knowing exactly where he needs to cut his leads.
I
and
hate
then just
coily
cut it.
tools too. I actually hate the coily tools. They annoy me.
Just saying.
See, I wish I had those coiling rods. If they made them stronger, I would keep them. But I use these. I just wrap it in tape.
Wow.
So that's what I wrap coils with. So you just hold it. It's
And
great.
sellotape?
Huh?
And sellotape?
No, it's kinetic tape. You know, muscle tape. It's a
Oh,
bit
yeah.
spongy for my delicate little hands.
Oh,
So I
my
tried
God.
doing it without covering it, and it was a little bit painful.
That's ridiculous. I'm still waiting for a third song to pop up in chat. So whenever you guys want to
see.
like post whatever music you guys
I
listen
don't think
to,
that's gonna focus, but yeah, I was
Yeah,
able to
that-
wrap a coil with that.
Yeah,
Mr.
that's pretty
Delicate
much what
Hands.
that is. But that's where the actual drill bit is. You got to wrap it. Keep those hands nice and smooth.
yeah, that's what he's gonna buy next. GT. He's just gonna get giant ass fucking bolt cutters for like master locks and shit, and he's just gonna start
Okay.
cutting coils.
Duchess, you cannot hate this song.
What? Purple Rain for Prince?
Yeah.
Dude, I fucking love Prince. Dude, that's a
Okay,
banger
but-
of a fucking song, dude.
Then
Do you
pick
want to add
that
it to
one.
the playlist?
I already added the other one from GTT though.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
we'll put
So
that
this
one in
is-
as well
This is
then.
Adam. This is Adam's pick because we already got ours. So Adam,
In.
pick Purple Rain.
I've already
Yeah.
put it in. Purple
Good.
Rain's in.
Good.
Nice.
I'm going to drop the link.
Because if he didn't, I might have to call some mates over at fucking Border Force to come beat you up.
One sec. There you go. It's in chat. If you want to follow the playlist and listen to it, it's the link there.
Billy might not listen to it though. She doesn't like heavy metal, and there's a lot of heavy metal on there. She's gonna skip like 90% of the playlist.
There's some good stuff in there. We've got a bit of The Who in there. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. What else? Chris Turner.
Like you had to read quite a bit down before you could hit a song.
There's some interesting shit on this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, it's quite eclectic, sort of.
I need to bring the country back though.
Yeah.
Anyway,
It's not like you listen to it anyway, Duchess.
no, I don't. I never listen to it, so it's fine. Yeah, whatever you guys
Cotton
want.
Eye Joe, mate, is going to be the next one. You'll be dancing around your living room.
I'm gonna put Cotton Eye Joe on there next time.
Do it.
Yeah, dude.
It's a fist pumper.
I want to put the metal version though.
There's a metal version.
Yeah, dude. There's a metal version for it. It's fucking amazing.
It's like there was several versions. Some metalcore bands did Wrecking Ball. They're actually really good.
Yeah. Betraying the Martyr did Let It Go, and it was actually
Dude, that song was awesome.
It was actually really good.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is us for this episode. We are now at an hour and 40 minutes. Thanks for wasting an hour and 40 minutes of your life with us. We appreciate it.
I
I've
need
got
to
something
make
to say
sure-
before we go.
No, we're going to do sign outs right now anyway.
Okay,
so-
cool. I thought you were just going to shut it down, so I'll forget otherwise.
Yeah, we're out. Fuck you guys. Peace.
Bye!
Like, what? This guy, bro. Fucking Adam. Jesus Christ. All right. Yes. What do you guys have going on this week? And or
got
the
the
next weeks?
I got the show on Tuesday. We're doing beverages. So yeah, come hang out. We're gonna be doing some mixing. It's gonna be fun.
Do we have a specific theme for beverage, or are we just doing beverages in general?
Beverages in general.
Okay. Well, we already know Sifu is going to make a whiskey or some sort of a bourbon.
Both him and Steve are gonna make some kind of mixed drink.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
Yeah. Go. Jesus. Hurry up, Andy.
Oh, yeah. If you want some coils, 20% off, Sexy Time 20 over on the website. If you want to place an order.
They should always be 20% off.
It should always be 50% off. But we're doing sexy time 20 if you would like some coils. That's it for me.
Really? You were so excited to get some news out, and that was what you needed to say?
Because that wasn't actually what I wanted to say, but I fucking forgot what it was. Oh, that's it. I remember. It's just been confirmed just before the show. Next Friday, we're gonna have a special guest on, Gaz the Flat Cat Vapor. If you want to come check that out, it'll be a good fun episode. So you can check out Flat Cat Fridays beforehand at 9:00. Then he's jumping on mine at 10:30, and we're just gonna chat shit. So if you want to come over for a good show, make sure you're there on Friday. For let's see if he gets it right again.
Nice. Okay.
I knew I'd remember it.
All right. You got anything else going on?
Just trying to survive, not hurt myself.
Good luck with that.
I've been pretty good.
Like I'm real proud of you, bro. You only had one injury on Friday.
I know, but I did dump a whole tank, so
That wasn't
that
really your
equals 2 injuries.
that wasn't really your fault, bro.
Yeah, but yeah, no, only one last week, so we're getting better. So onwards and upwards.
That's funny. All right. Well, for me, I actually don't do anything. I'm kind of like Lee Jr. If you guys know who Lee is, then you'll understand the joke. Outside of that, if you're not doing so already, then you can always follow me over on IG. That's at Duchess_coils. All of our IG tags are on the bottom, scrolling across the bottom of the screen itself. So you can always go follow any one of us on IG. We do have a Discord. We always forget to promote it, but if you want to jump into the Discord, go ahead and send us a DM. On Discord if you're part of another one that we're happen to be a part of, and we'll send you on a link over. Outside of that, we do have an email as well that we never actually ever promote. But if you want to send us an email, you have a question, you want to send us a picture of coils that you've built based off of some of the tutorials that we've previously done or anything like that, then feel free to shoot those messages on over to codename.wired@gmail.com, and we'll check that. Well, actually, Adam will probably check that because I think he's the only one that's actually sending us the email. Outside of that, still working on the business license stuff with the state of New York, which is kind of a pain in the ass. There's a lot of red tape and loopholes I got to jump through. So, one of these days, eventually, I'll start selling coils again. We'll see. Who knows? And then I'll work on getting things over to the UK because I have had some requests for that as well. So, we'll get there eventually, slowly. It's a thing. So, outside of that, big shout out and thank you to not only our sponsor Anthony Romello over at oinksquad.com, but mostly to you guys in chat for spending your Sunday with us and always coming out to support the channel. And what we do here over on Codename Wired. We appreciate all of you immensely. We literally can't do any of this without you guys. So just a huge shout out to all of you, GTT and Billy and John the Vaping Joker and everyone else who's come out and stuff. So thank you so much. If you guys do decide to rebuild anything, please make sure you know your ohms law and know what you're doing. If you don't, then please message somebody to make sure that you are safe. Outside of that, that is me. And we'll catch you guys on the next one. So keep on vaping. Vape like royalty.
Bye.
Please know and apply your knowledge on Ohm's Law when venturing into rebuilding or producing your own coils. Have battery safety at the forefront of your mind before using a new battery in your device.